Do you know what's important to look for when buying an individual or family health insurance policy? Chances are you might think you have an idea, but really there are a few important things that you're going to want to consider to avoid potentially buying a plan that isn't going to work the best for you. You have to be realistic. If you're not honest with yourself and are looking for plans that are within your budget and plans that are actually going to be something that you can afford on a month-to-month basis for an extended period of time, then if you're not going to do that, then it's really going to be a waste of your time moving forward, because you're going to be looking at plans and get frustrated and think, well, what's the point? I can't afford anything. And I've seen it more often than not with insurance. People, if they can't get what they want, if what they want is not affordable, they would rather go without. And I have a hard time understanding that, because you need to treat this like anything else. If you were going to purchase, let's just say, a TV, you're not going to go and walk into the store and think, okay, well, I need to buy the most expensive TV that's going to satisfy every need and want that I could possibly have. Now, chances are you're going to find some middle-of-the-road product line that's going to have an affordable price tag that's going to work, for your budget. You want a TV, you need a TV, and you're going to go buy something that you can afford. Same thing should apply with health insurance. Just because you can't afford what you want doesn't mean that you shouldn't buy anything at all. You need to look at it the same way. And just because it might not be what you want or what people think what type of coverage people think you should have, doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. The next thing that you need to keep in mind is that people are very obsessed with their deductible and how low it may or may not be. The deductible is something that you want to be able to afford only if you have to. It should not be an easily obtainable goal. It should not be a number that you can hit within the first couple months of having the policy. You want to look at that number and say to yourself, well, if I really had to, I might be able to put together this amount of money. Because otherwise, if you try and buy a too low of a deductible, then again, you're going to be falling into that trap of where the coverage is going to be too expensive and you're going to struggle to keep it around. And having the coverage in place versus not having it in place is obviously a much more important than just having a super low deductible. The next thing that you want to keep in mind is to know your out-of-pocket maximum. A lot of people think, well, I've got a low deductible, so I don't need to worry about my out-of-pocket maximum. I only have a $1,000 deductible, so I'm good. Well, to be honest with you, if you have a plan that has co-insurance or some type of limit beyond the deductible, chances are you could have a couple $1,000s worth of money that you would be responsible for in the event of a catastrophic medical procedure. And knowing that out-of-pocket limit is very important to being prepared if the worst were to ever happen as far as needing an emergency medical procedure. You don't need copays. That might be the biggest thing that people are scared to death to go without, but you really don't. You don't need them. For the average service, you're going to be able to cover that up front. People, again, like the deductible, try and add benefits that they really don't need to. If you're not going to the doctor's office more than 4 or 5 times a year, you're overpaying for that service. And generally, in my experience, it's people's objective to go as little as possible to the doctor. So if you're paying for something, if you're paying significantly extra for something, and you're trying with every ounce of effort that you have to not use that something that you're paying extra for, you're really wasting your money. And if you don't go to the doctor, the insurance company isn't going to give you that money back. So why don't you save the money, hold on to it, and instead of trying to have those copays, use that extra money that you would have been dumping into your monthly payment to cover those doctor's office visits that you have to go to once or twice a year, or whatever it is that you need. Something is better than nothing. If all else fails and you're just searching and searching and you have no idea what to look for, what to do, any plan, for the most part, is going to serve you better than if you were to not have health insurance. Even if you bought the highest deductible that is available to you and you bought the cheapest plan that you could find, chances are that out-of-pocket limit that you would have on that plan is going to be significantly less than if you were to run into a catastrophic medical procedure without any coverage. Talk to an agent first. I mean, what it all boils down to, I know I gave you a nice list of things to look for, but at some point you will probably run into something that you're not sure about, and ultimately, within 10 to 15 minutes of a conversation, they're going to be able to identify exactly what it is you need and what's going to work best for you. So obviously, you want to give me a call, that phone right there, direct line to me. Be happy to get in touch with you and do that evaluation for you. It's going to save you time, effort, and really just a big headache to not have to deal with it. And you're going to end up probably getting better coverage for a better price as far as getting the most out of that health insurance and understanding exactly how it works. You're not going to pay more. A lot of people think, well, if I'm using this broker, this agent, or this guy, well, how's he getting paid? How's he making money? Well, the truth is that that plan is going to be the same price whether you walk directly into that insurance company's front door or if you talk with that local guy down the street. Prices are fixed by law, so don't let that be a deterrent for you to work with somebody local and have that conversation. So go ahead and get on over to jingolainsurance.com. I have a blog post related to this video that you can go ahead and read. And of course, feel free to +1, like it, tweet about it all over the place. Feel free to like this video any place that you do see it, and give us some feedback as far as if you have some questions, please feel free to comment and let me know if there are some things that you want to have answered in an upcoming video. I'd be happy to do that for you as well. So you can do that anywhere that you can get in touch with me. Email joey@jingolainsurance.com, the website jingolainsurance.com, and go ahead, get in touch. Let us know what you think. And that has been your little insurance quick tip for today. I'm Joey Jingola. So long, everybody.